and welcome to this special episode of Screenland. On this episode, Fionnuala Jones
Hi.
joining me in the
I said
sun
that's
trap.
so weird.
Wow.
The sun just got me, and
It's caught you right in the caught you right in the eye.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just adjusting the microphone there because I can see over there. Oh no, that's me.
That's you.
Oh fuck! Sorry, you talking to it there? Jesus, I am
Hello.
screaming. Okay,
Hello.
there we go.
Okay.
Hello. Your chosen topic is a fascinating one.
Okay.
For many reasons. Pokemon Season 1, also known as Indigo League.
Yes.
Now, okay, have you seen the film I Saw the TV Glow?
No.
Okay, right. So, I'll catch you up. It's basically about this mystical TV show that a group of people watch when they were kids. And it's really formative in their lives and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just giving you like 2% of the entire story. But the thing of it is that when they come back to it later on, right, they watch it again on Netflix and they're like, oh, this is fucking pants.
This is a load of shite.
This is a lot of shite. Now, I'm not saying, like, Pokemon, here's Pokemon, right over my head.
Interesting.
Because, like, I've, like, 10 years on you, so...
I know, but you were never on the train at any point, okay?
Never got on the train. I would say the closest I got to being on that train was when Pokemon Go was on the go.
Okay.
And then I realised, actually, I've helped to create an army of AI robots. Did you read that
I know,
story?
I don't like to think about that.
So, like...
2016 Fionnuala has a lot to answer for.
This is it. Like, you know, I mean, like, if we had all known what we knew then. But, okay, talk to me this. I presume you were there on the ground floor, yeah?
I was there on the ground floor in the sense that, like, I actually didn't realise that it came out. Well, it was out in Japan earlier, obviously, and it ran, I think it was between 1997 and 1999.
Sure.
I think Europe got it around 1999. And I remember it being on the telly, on RT2, on the day. And I think it was around 3 or 4 o'clock. They'd have one episode. And I remember being there, like, every week.
Glued.
Just glued. And my intro really had been the games, because my brother had the games.
Right.
It's like, and again, the games precede
Yes.
the anime, as far as I'm aware. Not really sure where the manga fits into that either. But my brother had the games, and I became obsessed with the games and the concept of the games, the concept of collecting creatures, having friends that have all kind of different abilities. Some of them are very cute, some of them are very ugly. They all have, you know, everyone's someone's favourite. I loved the, you know, going around the map, meeting the different people, facing the different challenges. I loved it, which is why I was obviously drawn to the show then, because obviously the initial graphics for the first Game Boy games, I mean, they resemble nothing to what they look like
not
now.
Even a bit. Yeah.
The anime gave actual life to these literal pocket monsters that I was experiencing on the Game Boy Advance.
Like, it was not. I mean, see, again, this is the thing. Like, when my initial kind of thing was like, oh, it's like Tamagotchis, but
not really, because Tamagotchis serve. Well, I was about to say they serve no purpose, and that's not fair to Tamagotchis, because they teach you friendship and companionship and you know, how to be a caregiver and all that jazz. Whereas, like, Pokemon are essentially fighting machines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're pets that you can send to battle to win money and glory and fame,
so
or all three. If that's what you're into.
That's what I'm saying to you. See, again, this is the thing where I'm like, is this not, like, very inherently capitalistic? It's like, I'm going to extract all of the labour from fucking Dig Dug and fucking Geodude and Snorlax, the lazy shit, and I'm going to use, and Jigglypuff, and it's like, and then I'll be the boss, and then I'll get to fucking make all the, like, I'm not, this is the thing, because, like, clearly I don't think that was the case, but when you're watching it from a current vantage point, you're like, wow, that's really... What?
That's one approach that I think people take, but I think why the TV series is different is that there was the emphasis on friendship.
Ash just wanted friends,
Ash just wanted friends. Ash wasn't a particularly good Pokemon trainer. Like, the way I feel about Ash Ketchum is the way a lot of people feel about Kerry Bradshaw, I feel. Like, he's such a terrible protagonist.
Yeah.
Like, and especially in this first season, like, he's a
whiny little shit.
A lot of the badges he gets is through fluke or, like, showing bravery, which is not how you win badges. You win badges from winning the Pokemon battle. Like that is like he saves people from a fire, grand,
He's
whatever.
a crisis actor is what you're telling
Yeah,
me.
do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
just like people. He's getting rewarded for his integrity when it's like, no, you should be being rewarded for your skill. Like, it's
That's very Protestant, by the way. I should tell you that. That's so Protestant that it's like, yeah, it's your integrity means nothing. It's about what you do. It's what you produce.
But I say this as someone who wouldn't. I'm not a particularly good Pokemon trainer either. Like, people,
Okay.
you know, like I would be someone who builds a team and gives them all offensive moves and moves that could do damage, as opposed to considering strategy at all.
Right,
and
right.
I like the ones that I think look nice. That's
Sure,
how I
yeah,
build
yeah.
a team.
Aesthetics matter. Yeah,
But at the same time, you're watching this fella kind of fluke his way through. He's late the first day as well, by the way. He wakes up late, doesn't get there on time to pick his starter Pokemon, then has to be a Pikachu. Pikachu fucking hates him. I don't blame Pikachu for hating him. Melt.
Yeah.
And as I said, it's just these trials and tribulations of being shit at catching Pokemon, and then saying, do you know what, for the greater good, I'm going to let you go, as opposed to thinking about going back to this capitalistic journey of becoming the very best like no one ever was, as the theme song says.
Yeah.
It makes him a very frustrating protagonist, but you know what, in hindsight, it also makes him like very endearing, because it's a children's show, fundamentally.
Yes, yeah.
And the argument could be, it would be very easy to get all the way to the end of the season and go, well, of course he's won the Pokemon League, because that's what we've been building to. No, he only makes it, spoilers for Pokemon Indigo League, he only makes it to the top 16. Like, he, by all accounts, flops. And I haven't kept up with the anime. As far as I'm aware, he does eventually win at some stage. But, like, we're talking years. We're talking I was an adult by the time
he got there.
He won. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he had a lot of failures all the way up. And I think, I kind of respect that as well. I kind of respect that.
There was a journey of...
There was a journey. There was a commitment to the narrative. There was kind of showing that, you know...
Resilience.
It isn't actually all about the success of the Pokemon League as we learned. It was about him making all these friends and kind of doing it no matter what. I will say, the reason why he loses in the first season is because he is a Charizard. He got a Charmander, cutie baby Charmander, who had been abandoned by another owner. Devastating episode. Yeah. The emotional beats of this series as well.
Gotta talk, we'll get to that. Yeah.
Evolves into Charmeleon. Charmeleon, a little bit of a dickhead. Charmeleon then evolves into Charizard, huge dickhead, like disobedient, which you also get in the games where it's like if you over level them, they won't fucking listen to you, which is interesting. Charizard was just like, I'm not participating. Like, he's literally, for the non-viewers, he's like, has his head on his elbow and he's just lying down, like not arsed. And Ash is like trying to direct him and he's like, absolutely not. Like, that's why he lost. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I love it. I hate it. It made me laugh. It made me cry.
Like Squirtle Squad. I want to talk about Squirtle Squad.
Squirtle was a gang member and then Ash
literally
saved him.
What? Like redemption arc. Like, you know, that kind of way. Like, the fucking glasses.
Iconic.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that is... If I was at a pliable age and I saw that, I know I would have gone down a bad route.
Yeah.
Like, I would have wanted to be in Squirtle Squad.
But the Squirtle Squad did then change their ways and become community firefighters.
Sure.
As opposed to a life of crime, which I think is also really incredible.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, I appreciate it, again, very, very Protestant, like, by way of, you know, applying yourself to the community and applying your skills.
Yeah.
You can work your way out of thing. Yeah, very, very Protestant.
But it's interesting that you never got into it, but you can obviously quote all
See, this is the thing, because...
You know what I mean? And this is years later that people would still, like, people get, you know, people would get if you're Jigglypuff, people know that Butterfree went away, was released to go get with the shiny Butterfree who was pink. You know, Bulbasaur didn't want to evolve, or almost evolved but didn't. Pikachu didn't want to evolve. Like, people know all these beats.
Yeah, it's
even if they've never really engaged with it as a fandom.
No. And even in that, like, I mean, like, I remember, like, I didn't even know what Jigglypuff was. And then I saw that clip, I think it was like on X Factor, when this dude just came out and sang the Jigglypuff song in front of them, and they were just like, what? And it was like, that's hilarious. Like,
iconic.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, as in, like, it's had the Indigo League, like, the first season, like, has clearly had massive cultural impact. Even, and this is what I'm saying to you, it all jumped past me, but I got it by osmosis. I'm wondering, you know, like, in the way that, like, people talk about Muppets, in the way that they talk about astrology, as in, like, oh, you know, I'm Sam the Eagle son with Miss Piggy rising with a thing. Do you identify with specific Pokemon from the original? Like, is it 150?
151.
151. Do you identify on a, you know, kinship level with any of the
certain of the Pokemon?
Well, because, like, Psyduck, I feel like, is mine.
Yeah, you know,
like,
I can see that.
He's got the beady eyes. He's like, everyone's out to get me.
Psyduck also hilariously, one of Misty's Pokemon, one of Ash's compadres.
Yeah.
Misty did not want to catch Psyduck.
No.
It was all by accident, and then she had to kind of live with that for
She had to,
the rest of her life.
that
Again,
was,
incredibly endearing.
yeah, very, very endearing.
Yeah.
And this is it. Like, I appreciate Psyduck. I appreciate the fact that he notices things.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say I'm very Mew-coded in the sense that I'm a good time girly.
Right.
Mew is very much, she's always at the party, but
Yeah.
like will slink off. You won't see her. Kind of can be a bit of a shit stirrer.
Yeah.
But we kind of love that about her.
That's half the charm. Like.
Yeah, very cute, pink. I mean,
You
perfect.
not that I'm trying to assign, but like, you know,
I'm interested in an assignment.
no, in the sense of like, you know, you didn't identify with, you know, what are the starter, like Bulbasaur.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. And that's always a question. It's like, who was your starter? And it's funny because even though I've picked this as my talking point, this probably isn't my favorite generation. My favorite generation is probably the next one. And I
Right.
did watch a bit of that TV show, but I didn't. And the next generation has better music, which is interesting. But I didn't follow the story
Yeah.
as much.
Okay.
In terms of the Kanto starters, it's really tricky because I feel like I identify with some levels more than others. Like, I feel like ultimately Blastoise king.
Yeah.
Like, I love ending up as the Blastoise, but like I'm a grass girl. Like, I
Right.
love Bulbasaur, but I don't love Venusaur. I don't love the evolution of that.
Geodude.
Geodude doesn't speak to me at all.
See, this
I
is
don't
it.
know who that is.
So I appreciate, because like it was Mike Rice, the comedian Mike Rice, was talking about this, that when he sees Geodude, he's like, oh, a lesbian, like
Yeah.
Geodude,
Yeah.
like, clearly a
That's
lesbian.
an incredible clip.
And like I was like, yes,
Yeah.
100%, in the same way that like Snorlax, possibly an ace,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
very much withdrawn from any kind of expression,
Yeah.
of any kind of gender or anything really. But like, you know, like Pikachu is like, it's the fucking dairy milk. It's the most obvious one. There's
Yeah.
nothing really going on here.
And look, I had grown allergic to Pikachu and
But then you met him.
presence
You
in the
met
anime.
him.
Then I met him, and you know what? Everything changed for me. Where I just realized there's a reason why he's the face of this franchise all these years on, and it's like just sheer unadulterated charisma.
Talk to me about the star power. Like, talk to me about like when you because you were at the Pokemon
It's
restaurant.
just completely dazzling. So yeah, so we went to the Pokemon Cafe in Tokyo when we were over there, and we went under the knowledge that like the food was, you were going for like an experience,
Yeah.
but like the food was going to be terrible. You can get some like kind of limited merch there. Like I have a Pokemon Cafe teaspoon now, among other things.
Did you steal it?
No, I bought it.
Oh.
You have to buy them.
Oh,
You can get, they'll give you like little, they call them coasters,
Right.
which they technically are coasters, but like they're essentially like
Serviettes.
sheets of, yeah, which is crazy. So we got a few of them from like playing a few games in there. We went, the food was terrible. It was absolutely a hysterical experience. We got up to leave having bought our things, and your man at the counter, and I had been Googling that, you know, Chef Pikachu comes out for character shows.
Right.
And I was like, when does he come out? And they say usually every hour, like usually every show. And I was like, okay, grand. And I was talking about it with Kean, my husband, and Kean said he's probably not going to come out for this one. It's like, it's the last sitting. It's very late. And I said, yeah, you're right. We got up to leave, and your man at the till is like, the character show is going to start though. Do you want to stay for that? And I said, absolutely, I do. And I sat down and we waited, and the staff introduced Pikachu in his chef's outfit.
Right.
We all participated in a performance of If You're Happy and You Know It, Clap Your Hands. And
Amazing.
I just cannot explain it. Like, it was unbridled joy. And honestly, hysteria. Like, it wasn't just me, and I was not the only adult there. It was.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging.
I know, and even if you are judging, quite frankly, I don't care. Like, it was just obviously he's on a lot of the merch over there as well. But the thing about Japan is, because they have the Pokemon centers, like you can find a lot of plushies of all kind. You can pretty much find, if you have a favorite Pokemon, you'll find them over there. Between like the Pokemon centers and the secondhand stores have really good secondhand culture as well. You'll find it. But like Pikachu's still dominant. Like, you go to the airport, you're gonna get Pilot Pikachu and Narita. And I bought him because I was like, you're so cute. Like, I get it. And to be honest, in the show, like, he must be like level 1000 now is the thing, because this is the whole thing. Like, apparently, well, sorry, this has been the case up until recent games. where Pokemon are capped at level 100.
Right.
You would assume at this point Pikachu is so long on the go with Ash that he is a level 1000. I don't know, like he is honestly supercharged. Like defied all odds. You know, usually your evolving Pokemon, Raichu has better stats, whatever, kind of looks different.
You're making your the progression.
You know,
is the point.
again,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they said no. I'm going to stick to my guns with my tiny little electric mouse. This is who he is, and like he packs
You
a
see him
punch.
as a mouse. I see him as a dog.
No, but he is categorized literally as a mouse.
mouse, okay,
But
right.
you take. It's interesting that you say dog though.
Yeah,
I get. Yeah.
I look at him, and
he is very Pikachu. Raichu
Yeah, very
energy.
like it's the big tail.
Yeah,
it's the big
but
tail.
See, I don't have my keys. I have a little keychain as well. That's
Keep talking, I'll
Pichu,
find your keys,
which
hold
is the pre-evolution of Pikachu, and he is tiny and small. And I think that's where you get the mouseness of them all because you have the little spiky ears and the little tails. Do you see it?
Yes,
I'll
I
show
see
the
it.
camera now that you have it.
Show it to the camera. Just-
So cutesy. Look at this guy.
Yeah, I see
That's
it.
a mouse.
That's a mouse.
That's not a dog.
Clear, that's not a dog. That's clearly a mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
So I get it. Now they have tried to do other like to the point where it's become a thing where every time there's a new game and there's a new generation, it's like, okay, who is the Pikachu this generation? But like none of them stick in the way that this fella has. You know what I mean? He's like in the way that he's endearing to children. You love that friendship that him and Ash have.
Yeah.
But he is also a machine. Like he has gotten Ash out of so many sticky wickets. He's been the mainstay of the team up until he eventually won, you know.
He basically builds the entire strategy around
Yeah.
him. Yeah. Which is like, I mean, look, what little I know of sport, I know that there is that thing of like you have your striker, you have your whatever the equivalent in rugby is. Hockey, whatever. You build it around that one person. Everything coalesces around it. I am wondering though, obviously you saw this at a very formative age. Did you find any kind of like, because I remember watching it and I was like, oh, Officer Jenny. All right, okay, love a woman in uniform. You know what I mean? Like appreciate like a strong, confident woman that knows her business. I was like, that's interesting. Like Professor Oak, anything?
Do I feel anything towards him? No, I think it's interesting the way he muscles into Ash's life and kind of moves himself in with Ash's mom towards the end.
Yeah, I know.
Where it's kind of very
like,
much implied that like they're a couple, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of fan theories that Ash's mom starts getting with Mr. Mime because Mr. Mime is also in the house.
Yes, that's I
which
remember
is
that.
really, really upsetting
Odd.
and frightening, and not something that I like to linger on.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of the secondary characters. Look, it's interesting as well because like some of it hasn't aged well. And
No.
like Brock's entire characterization as essentially a 15-year-old pervert. Is he the first incel? I don't know. Like,
I mean,
it's
you know,
really interesting.
There is definite correlation between Brock and Gamergate. Like you could draw a line between Brock not being able to get the leg over to you know that frustration, that entitlement.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you could easily draw a line between that to Gamergate to Incel to Elon Musk to
I
where we
also
are
forgot that his whole kind of arc is that he's obviously the gym leader at Pewter City, and his family have abandoned him and I think he has 9 or 10 other siblings. Like he's now the man of the house essentially. But his dream is to be a Pokemon breeder. Like he wants to breed Pokemon.
Very incel coded.
Really don't love either.
Yeah.
Like I don't love that side of the franchise or the games. But at the same time, again, they're like such a great trio because they do all kind. You know, Misty's like hot-headed, kind of thinks she knows best. There's kind of romantic implications with her and Ash that I don't know if they're actually ever acted upon. Brock is like himbo extraordinaire, and then Ash is just trying to muddle like a kind of the best of the two, not the best of the two, but like the middle of the two.
Yes, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
where it's like he also thinks he knows best, and like sometimes makes the right choices, sometimes doesn't. They're just kind of 3 flawed characters in a way, which is why I resonate with them in so many different ways.
Do you find? I mean, it's. As a show, I think, you know, like there was 52 episodes, like in the first season. I watched, I would say about like 9 or 10 of them on research for this. I was picking out like specific ones where I was like, okay, that looks interesting, I'll give that a shot, kind of thing. Would you honestly go back and watch this again, kind of thing? Would you? Yeah.
Even when I'm traveling now, I find
Is it a
that
comfort?
like
Is it a comfort
yeah,
thing?
100%.
Right.
Like some of the writing is like obviously I know I'm talking like very feverishly and whatever else, and I'm being 100% like authentic and not ironic, but like I can also appreciate that like the writing, you know, it is for children, it is so paint by numbers. But it's definitely a nostalgia thing. It's a thing where if I'm traveling at all, like I'll go and see if they have the kids channels to put on, you know, if Pokemon's on.
It's that much of a thing.
Yeah,
like.
100%.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow. Okay.
Even kind of reminiscing for this, like I forgot, it's been a while since I've gotten as far as the Indigo League, where they eventually get to like the Pokemon League, and you know he's competing, and like Moltres lighting the flame and stuff. It's just all these kind of little flourishes and stuff are just, they're kind of they tickle me as much now as they did. It was really interesting. I could remember feeling the way I felt when I was younger and watching it the first time.
Oh wow! So it's really that like it's still that fresh in your mind, that sensation like of yeah. Wow. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I mean... And
like, it's, like, I will say, they're short, you know.
Oh, yeah, they're 20 minutes. You can just pop one off.
I think they're ideal if you're sick, if you've maybe just watched something a bit scary and you need something really quick to just kind of, like, men in black your mind like, to be not like freaked out.
Like, flush it out.
Excellent.
Like. Yeah.
I just enjoy it so much.
Have you... I mean, okay, so, like... The way you're talking about this, I would think would be the way I would talk about Star Wars. And there have been more, I would say, kind of... adult is the wrong phrase I want to use. Mature, let's call it. Iterations of Star Wars. Andor being the example. Would you like to see a more mature version of Pokemon? Or does that even exist?
That's a great question.
Because this is it, isn't it? Because like the way you're describing it is, it's comforting. I enjoy this. You know, it makes me feel like a kid again. You know, the bright colors, the simplistic is the wrong word, but the kind of the direct, I think the direct writing of it.
Yeah, I don't think it translates. I think they tried with the likes of something like Detective Pikachu, which I watched at the time for release.
I appreciate it.
I think the animation style was like really cool and what they were kind of getting at. But I think ultimately I rewatched recently for some reason and like it landed a lot less well with me.
Interesting.
I think it's really hard to... And they found this with the games as well, where it's like, look, obviously, ultimately it is a franchise. Like, you could argue, is it still a franchise for children? I don't know. Is it the children that grew up and now they have children? Like, yeah, probably. But even with the games... It's always, you know, they're following the same formula. They're following the same beats for the most part. It looks the same, which is a big bugbear for, again, a bajillion-dollar company. It's like, why aren't we doing something different?
But if it works...
If it works, yeah, but the issue is that I just don't know if it would. But again, I say this as someone who, like, I think the manga maybe is a bit darker or gets to explore things differently. And I think it's really interesting. They've built a fan base where, you know, people are building, like, ROM games all the time. And, like, they're a lot more... Sinister's not the right word, but...
There's an edginess.
Yeah, it's certainly edgier than what we're getting.
Yeah.
Is that what it, like, one, I don't think it would translate. Two, I'm actually not sure I want that. I'm not sure.
That's what I'm saying. Does it need to be, like, what, like...
I love one of the things I love about the show as well is, like, it is, like, deeply sincere. Sincere to a fault, but, like, I love it. I love the... there's
not a hint of cynicism
no,
in it anywhere.
Absolutely not. And it's something that I've carried with me when I've kind of played later games where, like, you do feel... so attached to this team that you've built that is ultimately like pixels on a screen, but like that doesn't matter to me. Like I remember the Pokemon that got me to like my first ever Pokemon League win in a game, you know.
What was your loadout like?
What was my what?
Your loadout, like, as in what was your like team? Like what was your
In Kanto, I would kind of vary, but I know when I first beat the Pokemon League, it was actually the next generation. It was Johto, and I remember I just had a Meganium, and like my Meganium, like I didn't need anyone else. Like everyone else had died, and Meganium was like, I'm
here to the end.
I'm here till the end. Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely. In the first games, I would usually the starter really varied, which I know is probably going to irritate people, but like that is just the truth. The starter varied. Then I would usually get the Lapras that you got free later on in game. I loved Pidgey. Obviously, you need a flying type. Ponyta, up to a Rapidash, then you've your fire covered.
I'm nodding along. I don't fucking know any.
Well,
you could be
I could
saying
be saying
anything. And I'd be like, oh yeah, ponytail, yeah, 100%.
I'm trying to think what else. Sometimes you'd run a Nidoran, not always, kind of a pain in the hole. You'd get something in the Safari Zone, maybe. Love it. Just love it.
Was there one, I mean...
Dugong. Sorry, I'd get a seal in the...
Dugong?
You'd get a seal in the islands where Articuno is, that I'm struggling to remember the name of now, regretfully, and you would evolve it into a Dugong. So you'd have a big ice seal.
Big ice seal?
A big ice seal, yeah.
It sounds to me like that. You say that and it's sticking out in my head, and I'm trying to remember, because I used to play Pokemon Go, so I can remember some of these names.
The Seafoam Islands. Sorry, that was going to irritate me, so I had to look it up.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest, like, Dugong and Seal were the most basic Pokemon ever because they were just seals, like.
Right, yeah. I was going to say, like, I remember, because I was reading up on this, like, the later generations, what have you, you could tell that they ran out of road.
Oh, 100%.
And it was like, okay, we're just going to fucking just slap a horn on this dog.
Like, there's a Pokemon that's just a set of keys, you know what I mean?
Amazing.
And I think people feel very strongly about that Pokemon, but I haven't played with it enough to have any really strong feelings about it either way. But, you know, you have like Trubbish is just a bag of rubbish, yeah. But then you could argue, like, I mean, in the first generation you'd Muck and Grimer, which is just a pile of muck. Do you know what I mean?
I appreciate. See, this is it. Or like Dig Dug.
They've always been kind of at it, like.
Yeah, like Dig Dug. I mean, that's the one.
Diglett
like,
now, I will
or
say.
Diglett, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diglett is just, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a thumb.
Yeah.
He's just a thumb sticking out of
is it based off of a mole? I think so. Don't know.
Who cares? Like, Snorlax.
And then in the later series, they gave Diglett and Dugtrio just really nice hair, like really as a variation, which was really strange. Like, honestly, like He-Man hair. It's so scary to look at.
What was the orb with the face and it had the purple Voltorb.
You know what I mean? That was just a Pokeball. That was a Pokeball that was electric.
Yeah. Like, what's going on
there? What are you
on
about?
Yeah, like...
Ditto, lazy as hell. Now, he's kind of having a renaissance with the new game, but, like, he's just a Pokemon that turned into other Pokemon.
Yeah, Magikarp.
Yeah?
It's a fish.
Now, Magikarp does end up becoming a...
big giant...
a sea dragon or...
something.
Yeah.
But again, I'm saying, like, the genesis...
Yeah.
The beginning point, the germinal seed is... it's a fucking fish.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Like,
yeah.
How... if someone was to come into this cold, what would be... would you say just go back and watch the first season? And I'm not saying like a kid. I'm saying like, you know, someone, you know, in their, I don't know, 20s, 30s, and it's like, oh, you know, my partner or this person that I'm dating is really into Pokemon. I need an entry point here. Where do I go? What do I do? How do I... You kind
of do need to go all the way back to the start and watch.
You have to go back to Indigo League.
Yeah, and I think so. I think the pilot is really satisfying because
it's pure. Like, I have to say, because that was where I started.
It's very funny, like
very funny, but also as well, you can tell that it was like, we are laying track. This is what we are doing. We are going to tell you everything you need to know about this, and these Pokemon are all around us. And you were learning the world. You were being introduced. It's a very good introductory episode. Very, very straight to the point. No kind of extraneous materials. And then from that, then you can say, right, now you're going to meet all the crazy other Pokemon. You'll have fun and adventures. It's very well written. I'll give it that.
But it's funny because I'm 90% sure on this. So there's like there's a bridging season after this one, called the Orange Islands, which they basically had to come up with while they were like basically doing the other games and coming up with the rest of the Johto ones. I'm 90% sure. And in that one, it's like, I think there's like 4 gyms, but you're not necessarily battling Pokemon. There's like challenges or something, and that was literally just to kind of write them out of a hole onto the next one. But yeah, definitely. I think that, but I always come back to the Charmander episode as well because it is so
cute.
Sad.
Yeah,
it's so sad and so cute. That's a good one to jump into. Squirrel Squad is fun.
Love that squirrel, like the glasses.
I love the Sabrina gym 2-parter where they're going to fight the Sabrina gym leader in Saffron City, I'm pretty sure. And Sabrina is a psychic gym type. and Ash is like totally stumped. Like they absolutely wallop. She's a Kadabra, and I cannot remember what else. She's a Kadabra, and his team is toast. So they kind of have to regroup, and they end up going to this haunted house somehow they go to Lavender Town, where they end up meeting a load of ghost Pokemon, because that's where the Pokemon cemetery is, dark as well. And they end up meeting these ghost Pokemon, including Haunter, who's like, he's just there to have a laugh. He's there as like John Mulaney or something. He's like, I'm having a ball. I'll come with you, and we'll trump this psychic type gym leader together. And they go, and he wins that one by fluke as well. That's actually kind of a fucked up episode, as I completely forgot that, because Sabrina has like taken like her mom hostage, ends up taking Brock and Misty hostage as like dolls. So it's like it's totally dark and bonkers when you say it like that. When you watch it, it's not that dark.
No, yeah.
And then they're just saved by the power of comedy. Like, she just finds Haunter so funny that she can't continue the battle, so Ash wins. It's just like, that's a good.
I gotta watch that one.
That's a good two-parter, because that's when you're like, oh my god, how is he going to defeat Sabrina? Sabrina is so tough, and he's totally like out-typed, and he's fucked,
but it's true. But it's true. The power of comedy he manages.
Through the power of comedy, yeah.
Amazing.
Incredible.
That's the. You've sold me on that right there. Yeah.
It's like it's a bit silly, it's a bit sincere, it's a bit of everything.
I appreciate that. Like, that's like, it's almost an album. One thing I would say that's kind of funny that I wasn't aware of, but through kind of watching it and stuff like that, how camp it's very, very camp.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of camp in it. Is that one of those things where it's like, we're applying that from a remove, or was that there intentionally, do you think?
I think it was there intentionally. I don't think you can look at characters like Jesse and James and say they're not inherently camp. Like, they've been written as this, you know?
The hair, the dance.
Yeah.
They have the little cat meowth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pure camp.
Yeah.
That's 100%
They have a
pure
uniform,
camp.
They have a theme song. I mean, it's interesting because you meet their counterparts later on in the series called Butch and Cassidy, lol. And they're obviously like much more competent criminals, because that, like, Jesse and James are criminals.
They're terrible. Oh yeah, no, they are straight up criminals. Yeah, 100%.
But like, you're never really rooting for them because they're bumbling idiots. But like, that is the campness written into them. Then I think, where it's just like, oh god, you're so endeared to them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you're never going. Like, they're never a genuine threat.
Yeah.
It's always, here comes Team Rocket.
Yeah.
Here comes them dopes.
Yeah.
With the stupid cat.
Jigglypuff is inherently camp as well. The only one to become like a recurring character in this season without like an owner necessarily. Like, she is, and it's the same Jigglypuff every time, because obviously you can have multiples of the same Pokemon out and about. Like, she demands to be heard. Yeah. She's a woman whose voice deserves to be heard and platformed. And when she isn't received that way, she says, well, I'm going to draw on your face a permanent marker, That's,
I support a woman's rights on a woman's wrongs.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that, because we did it there. Like, I referred to Pikachu as a he, and we're referring to Jigglypuff as a she, and that feels correct. Like, even though they don't refer to them as, they don't ascribe gender to them.
They don't ascribe gender in the show, even though gender can be ascribed in the show.
Yeah.
Not in the show, in the game rather. Obviously you can get ones, and then you have Pokemon that have like no gender.
Yeah.
They just exist kind of in their own plane. But yeah, that is interesting and not something I'd really thought of.
Yeah,
that kind of makes it like, it's kind of radical in that, you know what I mean?
Like,
it was just like Pikachu existed as Pikachu. Like,
this is it. It's the thing with Bosco. It's like, for years. See, this is where I've got the years in it. It only dawned on me like 5 years ago that I was like, I never actually knew if Bosco was male or female.
Yeah.
I never had a clue.
Didn't matter.
And it didn't matter. It never even dawned on me to think, oh yeah, Bosco is a dude or a woman or whatever. Like, it was like, oh yeah, I never figured that out. And I was like, and then I remember thinking about it. I was like, okay, so Bosco is, well, it's a surname for one, but then it's Buska because he comes from a box. But then I'm saying he, but it's like, no, he's not really he because it's voiced by a woman. So it's like, you get through this, and then eventually you're just like, oh, fuck it. Like,
doesn't matter.
It's Bosco.
Yeah.
In the same way, it's like, it's Pikachu. I don't need to know. It's fucking, it's Meowth. It's Mewtwo. It's fucking whatever. I don't need to know their gender because it's ultimately irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing of it. Like, yeah, it's one of those things that you don't, it's only again looking back that you're like, oh, and then you're kind of like, whatever. Any pressing thoughts on, like, would you want to see more live action Pokemon films? Because I know you're
I
kind of...
kind of
you're
would,
a
yeah.
bit-
I do like that animation style, and obviously they've gone through a period of... They, like, rebooted the first one recently for Netflix, where it was, like, kind of shinier new animation, but in doing that, they also kind of sanitized it a bit. There's a whole...
sanded down edges, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, Mewtwo wasn't... Like, Mewtwo goes fucking apeshit in the first one.
Like, proper eugenicist.
Yeah,
like real freaky.
They kind of take all that out, which I'm kind of like, I don't know why you did that, but anyway. So, like, yeah, if they can do that...
I did say bring sunglasses, by the way. I just want you to know.
Yeah,
I said bring sunglasses.
I was already in the
Do you
car.
want a cap?
Absolutely not, it's fine.
Okay.
If they could... If they could land the plane on it, then yeah, I would like to see. As I said, like, it was so interesting in Detective Pikachu. One of the things that it did really well was seeing how the Pokemon, like, actually interacted in, like, real life settings where they were being used in work and stuff, and how, like, an actual image of what a real world would look like if these Pokemon existed in real life. Am I interested in that?
Like Psyduck as the, you know, the companion of a journalist, an investigative journalist. Like, that's fucking... Of course. Of course.
But there is also an element of, okay, so if they're going to do a live action of that first film, which is obviously by and large like the most popular, the one most people are familiar with, even if you were never on the train, whatever.
Yeah, you're familiar with it. Yeah, you've seen it, yeah.
But again, okay, so they've already done it again in animation. Like, do I care to see it in live action? I'm not really sure.
Is there anything to be gained by it?
Like? Is there anything to be gained by it? Like, I don't think so. Especially, like, the first movie and that moment where you think it's all over and Ash is dead and Ash is brought back, again, sorry, spoilers for Pokemon, the first movie, and Ash is brought back to life through, you know, the power of this connection that he has with Pikachu, and all the Pokemon are crying. Like, I will still cry at that. Like,
oh yeah, that'll get you.
Devastating.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you can replicate that in live action where it's an actual actor crying over a computer generated... it's a computer generated Pikachu crying over a...
You can have moments. I mean, maybe it can be done.
Is it Andy Serkis as Pikachu? I don't know if I want to. I really like him, but I don't know if I want to see that.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see that either. And I don't know.
They will definitely 100% do it. Like, no Pokemon company.
This is what I'm saying to you. I'm surprised that hasn't happened sooner. I'm surprised what the hold up is.
I think it's imminent, but I think... No, sorry, I don't think it's imminent, but I think it is inevitable. I think I know they've had a lot of success with the Netflix, which I actually haven't watched yet, is the Pokemon Concierge, which is like another kind of real specific kind of homely animation type, and I think it's a girly running like essentially like a Pokemon resort and Pokemon check-in and stuff when they need to chill out, and it's like her, and I'm pretty sure there's a Psyduck helping her run out. By all accounts, that's really actually like hits that sweet spot of it looks good, it's funny, it's like hits all the beats, but like is a little bit more grown up. Like if you were an adult watching it, you probably wouldn't feel weird. Although again, I think you should feel weird watching anything like watching.
Yeah, I was going to say actually on that, like, do you feel you obviously feel no weirdness about watching it, none at all? Like,
absolutely not.
You're like totally fine with it. As you should be.
100%. Like, why would I? But sorry, I think the franchise is only growing. More and more people are coming to it. And as much as I'm saying, well, they already did it, there's a generation now that will be coming up that will have no concept of that first film. Probably will have no concept of Ash, because obviously Ash has now retired as the protagonist. Again, don't know a huge amount with the new ones, so don't ask me about them. Like, they'll definitely do it. When? I don't know. Will it be successful? I mean, commercially, yeah. Critically...
I mean, does that even fucking matter anymore?
Probably doesn't,
like,
no.
That really doesn't matter.
But then I don't know what is the other story that you tell, because, you know, I'm talking about these other protagonists that I don't know about. Like, that's not going to get bums in seats. You know, if you're trying to cast, like, the widest net.
Well, like, I mean...
I don't know.
It's the same story, isn't it? Like, I mean, what's the...
Do you do, like, a Team Rocket prequel? Like, do you do... I don't know.
Like, I mean, it's going to be, like, any story told in the Pokemon world, I find... And again, this is why I'm not... There's no... this might sound like I'm shitting on it. I'm really not. I don't think there's much narrative. Do you know what I mean? Because it's them just going from place to place, fighting each other, fighting Pokemon to see who's going to be number one. That's it. Like, that's Highlander. You know what I mean? That's like, there can only be one. They're not going on a quest to get a magical item or something. Do you know that kind of way? There's no war necessarily or anything like that. There's no...
Well, the lore is that... there is some kind of war has happened in the Pokemon universe many years ago, and maybe that's why Ash's dad isn't on the scene. Lieutenant Surge was a part of this war.
Okay.
you'd have to ask a better versed Pokemon fan to talk more about that, but there is this undercurrent of like that happened behind the scenes.
Right.
Would they do something like that? Maybe, but then I think like it's probably too dark and probably not something they'd want to broach. Could you do like a Professor Oak or one of the other professors like background stories?
Yeah, how did they come to do this? Yeah, I mean that would make sense, wouldn't it? Like having Professor Oak.
He's the actually only other character that I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe. You know what I think they'll do? There's obviously a new game out at the minute called Pokopia, which is basically it's an Animal Crossing like Minecraft kind of, you know, your world building yourself essentially, but you play as a Ditto who is like masquerading as a person and has to rebuild this. It's kind of really fucked up when you think about it again, but they're rebuilding this place, this island for other Pokemon, and the Pokemon turn up to be like, will I live here, will I, won't they, whatever, and you're kind of building the world for them. That's been hugely successful and has been kind of considered. I could see that as a film. Exactly.
Yeah.
And like when I'm saying that, I'm talking like straight up kids film.
Yeah. Like the Minecraft movie.
You know, yeah exactly. Yeah. I'd say that's what they'll more go for as opposed to maybe when I say character story, characters in human character. Yeah, I'd say they'd be looking more towards how can we make the Pokemon the central because they are obviously they still are the central characters, but like, you know,
Chris Pratt as Ditto and just like, you know,
don't put that into the universe.
That's going to be out there. You know?
Why would you do that?
You know what that's going to be, or it'll be John Mulaney. Who'd you cast as the Ditto?
John Mulaney as Ditto. I would like to see. Look, I thought Donald Glover did a brilliant job as Yoshi, and I think he could kind of slay a Ditto as well. To be honest,
do you know something? I'm glad you fucking brought that up. Right? Jesus fucking Christ!
I thought Super Mario Galaxy was totally fine. It was really.
Oh, I thought it was fine. Hold on.
I thought the reaction to it was so outsized. People were like, "This is the worst film I've ever seen." I said, "No, it's absolutely not."
No, it absolutely isn't. And I'll say another thing, and I think I talked to you about this already, but we didn't talk about it on the thing. I thought Glenn Powell as Fox McCloud is terrific.
Inspired
Incredible. Fucking casting.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Run him the Academy Award.
Like fucking bang, 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 bang. I want to see a Lilac War, a Star Fox movie.
Yeah.
I want fucking John Bernthal as Falco Lombardi, but plays it like Frank Castle, full of PTSD. I want fucking, you know, maybe somebody like, I'm trying to think who would be good as Slippy Toad. Like, if he's not with us anymore, but Robert Duvall would be a perfect fucking Slippy Hair. You know, like there's so many casting choices.
But if they're doing if the next film is as they're alleging, which is Smash Brothers, Pikachu would be in that technically. I'm not sure. Is Ditto a playable character? I'm not sure. Pikachu definitely is. I think Lucario is. And there's a few others that are not coming to my head. But like, who do you like? Is Ryan Reynolds coming back for Pikachu then?
I would presume so. Yeah. They'd have to do that.
Don't know if I love that. Like, I think as the Detective Pikachu character, fine. I think as Pikachu...
Who's going to be Captain Falcon then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
many questions.
Yeah, many. Like, Captain Falcon, I could see, you know, because it's just like, it's the helmet. You know, that kind of, it's the helmet and the like, that could be, what's his face? He was in the Sonic movies... And he was in Jury Duty. James Marsden.
Yeah.
James Marsden, I think, would be a great Captain Falcon.
Yeah.
I think he'd really, because he's got that all-American jaw. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what you need.
That's what you need for Captain Falcon specifically. But okay, Remains to be seen. I don't know. Smash Brothers. I don't know. I'd rather Star Fox. I feel like that's a simple story, could be easily told. You know. Give me Starwolf, give me Andros, give me Corneria, it could work. Why are we doing Smash Bros? You have to fucking set that all up. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think the kids are as up on Star Fox, is the thing.
Kids need to get on it.
Yeah.
Kids need to get on that shit. They're missing out.
Correct.
We've gone way over time. Where can we... Flop Culture is still going, Pitheads?
Flop Culture is still going at the minute.
I didn't mean that in a bad way. I'm sorry. That sounded like...
We are recapping the Pit at the minute.
I still haven't watched it.
I think you'd enjoy.
I would...
Although some people not as hot on season 2, which I think is interesting. We're recapping season 2 at the minute as it airs live in Ireland. That's what Bronwyn O'Neill, if you want to check that out. And we're on Patreon as well, watching a lot of other... classic TV shows. We're watching The OC. We're watching Gilmore Girls. Have you
seen your man is doing that documentary?
Ben Kingsley.
Ben McKenzie.
Whatever his name is, yeah.
Ben McKenzie.
Yes, I have seen that, yeah. And they're doing a lot of like OC adjacent events where it's Adam Brody's like introing him. It's very funny.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I appreciate the fact that he's like out there doing.
I just wish I hated anything as much as Ben McKenzie hates cryptocurrency.
I
suppose I also hate cryptocurrency that much.
I do too, but like the energy that man has in that hate. Like I am a hater.
Dogged.
Oh, listen, I am a hater.
We could always be hating more.
We can he is showing us the way. He's made a fucking documentary out of it.
Yeah.
That's the way. That's the level of hatred you want to be having for things where you're like, I'm going to commit 2 years. It was because he lost a shitload of money, apparently. I heard.
That could be it, yeah. I actually
That's what
don't know
kind
the
of
full
spun him
backstory
out.
on it, but...
Yeah, I heard it was something like he lost money or something and then like went off.
Well, that would make way more sense as was just waking up one day
and be like, you know what?
Own.
Guess what? I'm gonna try fuck up the entire cryptocurrency industry.
Yeah.
Which I believe he is.
Yeah. He's
good
doing
for
a
him.
Pretty good job, yeah.
Pretty good job. Not bad for a guy from the OC.
Yep.
Okay, Fionnuala Jones, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. This was great.